Welcome, dear Leo. Thank you for being here today on this sacred path of July 1st, 2025. A day where the stars gently lean in to remind you of something your soul has always known, who you truly are. You are not just a sign ruled by the sun, you are the sun in someone's sky, a creator at heart, a visionary with courage, a being of fire and deep feeling. Today's astrology doesn't demand that you do more or prove anything. It simply invites you to remember. You may have recently felt a spark, a new idea, a calling, a connection that stirred something ancient within you. Perhaps it came as a sudden rush of inspiration, a business idea, a creative project, or a love that pulled you back to life. But this isn't a time to chase that energy with urgency. July 1st's cosmic alignment asks you to slow down, to nurture that spark, and to align with it, not rush it. The universe is offering you space to grow it with intention, not pressure. If you've been feeling stuck lately, or caught in that strange space between endings and beginnings, know this: you haven't lost your path, only your flow. And when a Leo loses their flow, it's often because the heart is overthinking what the soul already knows. So let today be your quiet return. Reclaim your rhythm, not through action, but through awareness. Begin the day with presence. Reconnect with your higher self before the world asks anything of you. From that space, clarity returns. And once it does, nothing can dim your fire. When it comes to your finances on this July 1st, 2025, the stars are guiding you toward a truth that's easy to forget in a world that rewards speed. Abundance doesn't come from urgency. It comes from alignment. Whatever financial idea has been circling your mind, whether it's a side hustle, a new venture, or a change in how you earn and save, it will only thrive if it's born from clarity, not desperation. The cosmos is not asking you to hustle harder, Leo. It's asking you to slow down just enough to hear the deeper wisdom beneath the noise, the part of you that already knows how to create from passion, not pressure. If you've been trying to force results, racing the clock, or obsessing over how fast you can turn a dream into income, take a breath and step back. Rushing will only disconnect you from your intuitive brilliance. Money responds to frequency, not effort alone, and when your energy is grounded, inspired, and joyful, that's when the flow returns. You don't need to have every step figured out today. You simply need to trust the process enough to move with purpose rather than panic. That subtle shift from controlling the outcome to aligning with your values changes everything. Today is not about how much you can do. It's about how clearly you can feel into what you truly want and why. Your financial field is more fertile than you realize, but it blooms in stillness, not in fear. Take time to visualize the kind of wealth that supports your spirit, not just your bills. Surround yourself with conversations and influences that speak possibility, not lack. Reevaluate the energy of those you discuss money with. Are they amplifying your vision or dimming your confidence? Prosperity is a sacred rhythm, Leo. Let it move through you, not drive you. And as a final blessing for the day, let the numbers 6, 20, 33, 45, 57, and 69 be your companions. Not just as lucky digits, but as gentle reminders that magic is always hiding in plain sight. Especially when you move with trust. In your career today, Leo, the cosmos whispers a powerful truth, one that may feel subtle at first, but holds the weight of transformation if you let it sink in. Routine is only sacred when it's infused with meaning. Too often, what once sparked joy can slowly become mechanical, and what once felt like purpose can turn into performance. If lately you've been waking up with a sense of emotional fatigue, dragging yourself into meetings or projects that used to inspire you, it might not be a sign that you're lazy or broken. It's far more likely that your spirit is out of sync with the way you're working. July 1st brings you a cosmic invitation to check in with your inner fire, not your to-do list. Because Leo, your passion is not a luxury. It is the fuel that sustains your brilliance. You thrive when your work feels alive, when your contribution is tied to something bigger than deadlines or external validation. So, if your creativity has been on pause, or if your mind feels foggy no matter how many hours you clock in, it's time to pause and reflect. Is this path still aligned with the version of me that I'm becoming? Maybe you're meant to redirect, not quit, to restructure your day, not abandon the dream altogether. Whatever the answer, it won't come through force. It will come through stillness, honesty, and the courage to admit when your inner world is out of harmony with your outer routine. And perhaps most importantly, today's message urges you to fiercely protect your energy, not just at home or in your relationships, but right there in the heart of your professional life. Energetic boundaries are not a sign of weakness. They are the sacred container through which your genius flows. If you're constantly recovering from draining coworkers, environments that suffocate your voice, or tasks that leave you depleted instead of lit up, that's not sustainable. That's a slow erosion of your essence. Begin to notice where your vitality dips, where you feel invisible or overextended, and don't be afraid to speak your needs or adjust your pace. Your magic, Leo, was never meant to be poured into systems that don't honor it. Let today be the beginning of a shift, not into doing more, but into working in a way that restores you. You're not here to burn out to prove your worth. You're here to build something that feels like home to your soul. And that kind of success, it begins the moment you choose peace over pressure, clarity over chaos, and alignment over approval. In the realm of love on this sacred day, July 1st, 2025, the stars are guiding you inward first, Leo, not toward another, but toward yourself. Before you reach for affection, before you interpret someone else's actions, there is a deeper question the universe is gently placing on your heart. Am I loving from my truth or from my fear? It is not always easy to admit, but sometimes we shape-shift in relationships, becoming more palatable, more agreeable, more cautious, not because we want to, but because we fear being abandoned, rejected, or misunderstood. And yet, real love, the kind that nourishes instead of depletes, only blooms when you show up as your whole, unfiltered self. Today is a day to come home to that truth. If you're single, this is a powerful opportunity to reevaluate the kind of love you're welcoming into your life. Have you been lowering your standards just to feel connected, or chasing a version of love that mirrors your past wounds more than your present worth? You are being asked to upgrade the energetic signature of what you allow. This isn't about being picky. It's about being rooted in your value. Your heart is sacred, Leo, and it deserves a love that honors its fire, not dims it. So take a moment to get clear. What qualities in a partner would truly meet you where you are now, emotionally, spiritually, and energetically? And more importantly, are you treating yourself with the same care you're asking others to give? For those already in a relationship, the stars are highlighting emotional boundaries, not as walls, but as sacred gates. If tension has been brewing, if miscommunication or emotional reactivity has taken over, don't rush into fixing or defending. Pause. Breathe. Ask yourself honestly, is this feeling mine, or am I carrying something that isn't mine to hold? Often in love, we absorb each other's storms, especially when we're deeply connected. But true intimacy is built not through constant merging, but through reflection and choice. The ability to respond with grace instead of reacting from old pain. Protecting your emotional energy in love doesn't mean closing off. It means loving with awareness, choosing softness without losing your strength. Leo, you are meant to love boldly, but not recklessly. Let today be a reminder that the most powerful relationships are those where both people feel free to be themselves fully. And that kind of love begins when you choose to stand in your truth, even when it's vulnerable, even when it's new. Because the right connection won't require you to shrink. It will meet you, see you, hold you, exactly as you are. Your health and energy on this July 1st, 2025 are calling for sacred attention. Leo, not in the way of urgent change or extreme discipline, but in the way of gentle recalibration. This is not about pushing your body to perform, but about listening deeply to what it's been whispering all along. If you've been feeling scattered, emotionally reactive, fatigued in ways you can't quite explain, it may not be your schedule that's the problem. It's your nervous system, quietly overwhelmed by stimulation, expectation, and the pressure to stay on all the time. Today's stars remind you that your vitality is not just physical. It is energetic, emotional, spiritual, and each layer deserves your care. Start small and start soft. Reconnect with water, not just to hydrate your body, but to cleanse your field. A glass of water with intention can shift more than you realize. Move your body in gentle, loving ways, not to burn calories, but to release what's stuck. Go outside if you can, even just for 10 minutes, and let your body remember what it feels like to be part of the earth, not just a screen. Speaking of which, your relationship with technology may be draining your life force more than you know. The glow of screens, especially at night, can interrupt your natural rhythm and cloud your inner clarity. Protect your evenings like you would protect your dreams. Choose silence over scrolls. Choose breath over broadcast. Your sleep is not a luxury, it is medicine. Emotionally, your system may be storing more than it's expressing. Unspoken words, repressed feelings, uncried tears, they live in your muscles, in your gut, in your chest. You don't need a crisis to release them, you just need a quiet space. So write, cry, breathe deeply. Let something move through you today. Your energy is not meant to stay stagnant. Let it flow, and it will return to you clearer, stronger, more grounded. Your health, Leo, is not measured in numbers alone. It is your vibration. And that vibration rises each time you choose rest over rigidity, stillness over stimulation, and inner peace over outer performance. In your family and friendships, this same principle of energy applies. Just because someone shares your blood or your past does not mean they have earned unlimited access to your spirit. The stars remind you today that emotional boundaries are not unloving, they are necessary for survival. You can love someone deeply and still protect your peace. You can care about them without absorbing their chaos. If you often leave conversations feeling drained, resentful, or small, trust that feeling. That is not connection. That is entanglement. And you, Leo, are not here to shrink just so others can remain comfortable with who you used to be. This is your permission to evolve even beyond your oldest roles. You are not obligated to play the same character in stories that no longer fit your growth. You have the right to rise, to shift, to set new terms for how you engage. Family can be sacred, but so is your inner sanctuary. Choose who gets to step inside it. Choose whose voice you allow to echo within you. Surround yourself with those who celebrate your expansion, not those who guilt you for it. Your peace is not a betrayal. It is your birthright, and anyone who truly loves you will honor that. In the realm of connection and compatibility today, July 1st, 2025, the cosmic energies are softly guiding you to notice who lights your fire and who dims your flame. Leo, this isn't about judgment, it's about resonance. Some energies naturally complement yours, expanding your vision, matching your momentum, and mirroring the courage it takes to walk as your full self. Today, that harmony is most likely to be found in the presence of Sagittarius, Gemini, and Aries. These signs carry a spark that plays well with yours. They don't shrink from your intensity. They meet it, even encourage it. With them, conversations feel electric, plans flow effortlessly, and inspiration is contagious. You may find yourself dreaming bigger, laughing louder, and moving more confidently when you're around these signs, because their presence reminds you that your fire is a gift, not a burden. On the other hand, today may bring a bit of friction when interacting with Taurus, Capricorn, Pisces, or Cancer. This doesn't mean something is wrong, but it does mean the rhythms may not align as easily. Taurus and Capricorn, with their grounded, methodical nature, might challenge your more spontaneous spirit. What they call stability, you may feel as resistance. Pisces and Cancer, while deeply intuitive, often carry emotional currents that flow beneath the surface. And as a Leo who thrives on openness and boldness, that subtlety may leave you feeling unsure or unseen. Instead of pushing through these differences, observe them. Step back, breathe, and recognize that not all disconnection is personal. Sometimes it's just energetic contrast. When you move from observation rather than reaction, you give both yourself and the other person space to show up authentically. And finally, the color gold is your sacred companion today, not just as a fashion choice, but as an energetic tool. Gold activates your solar plexus, the seat of your personal power, confidence, and inner radiance. It reminds you that you are worthy of abundance, of joy, of being fully seen. Whether you wear it, visualize it surrounding your body like warm light, or simply carry it in your mind as a symbol, let gold be your guide. It calls in high-frequency energy, aligns you with success, and magnetizes opportunities toward you. You are not meant to hide your shine, Leo. You are meant to embody it. So let today be wrapped in gold, in how you speak, how you move, and how you choose who walks beside you. And so, beloved Leo, as you walk through this day, July 1st, 2025, remember that everything you seek is already moving toward you when you choose alignment over urgency, clarity over chaos, and truth over performance. This is not a time to chase life, but to become so rooted in your light that life recognizes you instantly. Let your choices reflect your worth. Let your voice carry the strength of your soul, and let each moment be an offering to the version of you that no longer fears becoming fully seen. Thank you for sharing this space with me today. If this message resonated with your spirit, I invite you to carry it gently into your morning, your meetings, your moments of doubt and joy. And if you feel called, feel free to like, subscribe, or leave a comment. I truly love hearing from you. Until we meet again, stay grounded in your fire, stay loyal to your joy, and remember, you are not just guided by the stars, Leo. You are one. Keep shining.